Welcome to athsvicTV's highlights from the open races at the 2012 Australian Cross Country Championships from Oakbank Racecourse in South Australia.
Fair start by the looks, as they all have been. That starting team doing a great
The Open Men's 12km featured defending champion and pre-race favourite Liam Adams of Victoria, who was determined not to let the mud-soaked course hold him back as he exploded clear out of the start. But approaching the back half of the first of 4 3-kilometre loops, the tough conditions were already beginning to take their toll. And through the first lap, it was another Victorian in Mitchell Brown who assumed the lead and opened up a 20-metre break.
2 victories, so he knows what it's like to win, Chris Hamer, and he's just trying to catch them.
Victorian teammate Chris Hamer and James Nipperess of New South Wales now held second and third as Adams dropped back to fourth.
That number. And then Russell Desage in the white headband, he's in sixth.
Brown's bold move was short-lived as Hamer and Nipperess soon reeled in the deficit to form a lead pack of 3 through the second lap. Adams still held fourth, but fellow Victorian Scott Vance and Kane Willey were not far off the pace. Through the third lap, it appeared to be down to a 2-man race, as Hamer and Nipperess moved clear of Brown and continued to go stride for stride. As the course continued to deteriorate over the final lap, the resolve of the leading pair remained as strong as ever, with neither man willing to concede an inch throughout the relentless grind. Brown remained a clear third, but with Queensland's Jonathan Peters moving into fourth and dragging Vance and Willey with him, the gap had begun to close. Adams continued to slide back through the field, with reports later revealing him to be bearing the brunt of a lingering illness. With Hamer and Nipperess neck and neck at the final hill, the stage was set for a thrilling finish. In the end, it was Nipperess who edged out Hamer for his first ever national title, the seemingly pedestrian winning time of 41 minutes 22 seconds, an indication of the gruelling conditions. Brown held out for third, with a fast-finishing Vance coming through for fourth ahead of Willey and Peters. It marked an incredible turnaround for Vance, with the former junior star having managed just 15th at the Victorian Championships a month earlier.
Hamer put it on, and the Vic boys really tried hard to run the legs off me, but I stayed as tough as I could, and I was lucky enough to come away with the win against some really tough opposition. It's really good. These races are so much tougher than the state-based races. All the best guys versing each other, and it was really tough out there. All the 3 big Vic guys, so Hamer, Adams, and Mitchie Brown all took a go at the lead, and I was really feeling the pinch. But yeah, as I said, I tried to control on the last lap through the mud and try and run the better line, and I was lucky enough to come the goods.
You got a bit of mud on you. How did you find it?
Mate, we actually practiced for this mud. I specifically did a cross-country race, the New Zealand Oceania Championships. That was 2 weeks ago, and it was a lot muddier than this, so I was confident coming in, knowing that the course is going to be muddy, because I've been there before, and I was happy with how I performed there, and really happy with how it's all gone today.
And as we look now at our top 10 results, we see a strong presence from both Victoria and New South Wales, with Victoria getting the nod ahead of the 2 Blues and their team of additional competitors taking third. If conditions were tough for the men, they were downright diabolical for the women, who had the added challenge of a later start and icy rain to stir things up further underfoot. With Victoria's Anna Thompson a late withdrawal, Queenslander Claire Geraghty remained as the only former champion in the field, but it was open-age newcomer Celia Sullohern widely being touted as the pre-race favourite.
In the 18 girls presentation, we're also looking...
Through the opening 2 kilometres, it was indeed Sullohern who led the charge, with Victorian pair Sinead Diver and Sophie Barker hot on her heels. By the second lap, Sullohern had opened up a sizable gap to the Victorians, with South Australia's Paige Graham, Victoria's Lauren Crowe a barefooted Millie Clark of New South Wales and Tasmania's Melanie Daniels all in pursuit. Increasing her lead with every step, Sullohern had all but secured the title into the third lap, looking to become one of a select group of Australians to do so the year after claiming the under-20 crown. Diver by now looked to have silver sewn up, staking her claim for surprise packet of the day after her 9th placing at the Victorian Championships, with national steeple champion Clark holding down third. By this stage, Barker had slipped back into 4th, but Victorian teammate Tracy Austin had now moved into 5th ahead of Crowe and Graham and was closing fast.
So Celia Sullohern, give a big clap, ladies and gentlemen. The junior champion last year creates history. Celia Sullohern.
And so the podium order would remain down to the line as Sullohern ran on to take a clear victory in 31 minutes 36 seconds, with Diver taking silver well clear of Clark.
Remember the name of Rio de Janeiro. She'll be there. This is the highest ever finish at a national club.
Austin's late charge saw her claim a career-high 4th placing ahead of a fast-finishing Geraghty, with Crowe and Barker taking 6th and 7th.
Oh, I'm thrilled. I really didn't know what to expect stepping up into Open, so I was just hoping to have a good run in the front pack of girls. So absolutely surprised to find myself on my own on the last lap. So.
And were you a little bit cautious about the course? There's a lot of mud about. How did you plan out the race?
Yeah, it's quite a different course to the last couple of years at Nationals. I'm lucky that I raced in New Zealand 2 weeks ago and it was very similar to conditions. So I tried to just ease up in the first lap, get used to the conditions and then really put the effort in towards the end of the race.
Great, and what are your plans for the rest of the season? Will you do much more road racing or just start focusing on track racing?
I think now I've had a big month of racing with City to Surf and Oceania as well, so I have a bit of a down period and then start focusing on track again.
And as we look at our top 10 results, we see the individual win for New South Wales was not enough to seal team victory, with Victoria's consistency once again securing the gold. Be sure to tune into athsvicTV's coverage of all Athletics Australia events at the 2012 Australian Cross Country Championships and keep watching for all the latest from across the tracks.